in the price budget.
What? You don't want them to keep messing with you?
I don't want them to be able to throw in that long ass, loud ass song for like $5. $25 I think is perfect.
Fair.
So I know another streamer who's got it for like $5, and it's like, why?
Self-deprecation? You never know.
It could be self-deprecation. I don't know.
All right, there we go. I just wanted to set the prediction for everything. This is Friday Night Fights. We're covering round 1 and 2. I might have set the bet for too long because it's only an 8-minute save start. They're going to definitely get into contact. I need to reset it.
Hey, if you've only just said it, you can quickly undo it.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's so white. Ah. Oh, my eyes. Oh fuck, it doesn't get any better.
Let me reset that. Lower it to 10 minutes because 20 minutes is going to be too long. They're going to literally be done with the match by then.
I guess I'll do the important part stuff.
Yep, sorry, I was resetting it.
Blue 4, Red 4, Blue 4 defending, Red 4 attacking. It is a 3-sector objectives, and that is all. Which is, I haven't had a 3-sector objective in a while. Mission details: view distance of 1,000, fortify points of 100, fortify color of green, and a time limit of 65 minutes with an 8-minute safe start. I don't think that's correct. I think they do change the timing around.
It's an 8-minute save start, but yeah, you're right. I don't think they changed the time of the actual round information.
Yeah. Russian Ratnik Winter. They'll have their white kits, but mainly green, so it'll be easy to see. That's the 104, isn't it? What am I saying? I'm trying to learn my AKs for they can shoot. Oh,
yeah, Blue 4 is shooting at a tractor, and someone just went flying off the side, and they're okay. No, they stole the tractor, and I think they just gunned a civilian down. So classic FNF.
Classic FNF. We'll have the normal AKs with the GP25s, SVDs, RPKs, RPGs, and PKPs. I think that's PK. Yeah, PKP.
Then off-road has some transport.
Of course, it is the starting round. There is no real vehicles beyond obviously what seems to be a joke and transports for the attacking squad. Blue 4 are the US Marines Winter. They actually get a winter helmet. Make them, I don't know, with that chest rig, I think I'll make them a bit more obvious.
Yep.
They have the M4s, with the GL, of course, Mark 11 mottos, M249s, M136s, and that is the 240 Bravo. Is that 240 Bravo or just the 240?
The 240 is the gun, and then the Bravo or the Charlie or the Delta just is the variation, but it's a 240. You won't get it wrong if you say it that way.
And I think you can take everything else, because...
Yeah, I'm just watching Blue 4 mess around with the tractor at the moment. They keep running each other over, and they go flying off into oblivion.
Yeah, you wait until one of them clips into the tractor, and the tractor goes flying off into oblivion, and then gets stuck completely in hell.
Regardless, going over our roster, Fonz is commanding Blue 4. He's over at a different spawn point. Ryan Chance has the slash in his name, so he's commanding Alpha with Henry, Fast Sugar, Bursty, T, and Snodgiper. Charlie's being commanded by Z with Gouliat, Pingus, Grzanka, and River. Looking for the slash. Cheeseburger leading Delta with Lolo, Fancy, Banks, Kabubi, Rizbo, and Zixme. And then Foxtrot has Rambo commanding Grishowski, Skipu, and Pogrom. Well, they're learning how to drive tractors, that's for sure. Op 4, meanwhile, being commanded by Nemesis, with Yanni Finn leading Alpha, with Wise, Cullis, Nekomata, Whiplash. I think they just took the fuel out of the tractor because I heard its engine cut. Katz, Jesse, Malin, Neander, and Grav. Harrington leading Bravo with Buckner, France, Michaels, Gates, and Emil. Delta has Sergio leading Providence, Terej. I can't pronounce that. And Crest, and then Ash is leading Gazog, Tackleberry. There's the ragdolling. Ash leading Gazog, Zackleberry, Mike, Mihai, and Swola. But it's FNF 2025, so it's lower numbers here, and we'll just see a few squads fighting a few squads for control of 3 different sectors. One of those sectors is where Blue Force playing around with the tractor right now. It is just a little village with a few buildings. Nice ridge next to it with some forested areas. Pretty easy assault. Just assault from the high ground where the ridge is and the cover, and you can pretty much bombard this area. Second objective is another similar village, same exact AO, with the exception of a bigger tree line and a bigger ridge. Same exact strategy to assault it. Third AO, same thing. It's not a good AO to defend.
Vote Redfall.
If you want an easy win here, go opt for. There's...
Literally, Blue 4 can't win this unless they abandon either 1 or 2 of the sites. And even... I mean, what site here is even worth it?
I would argue the southernmost objective is the easiest one because you can at least put forces on top of the hill to the north and utilize some of these open fields. You can kind of register that on the map with the amount of white compared to green and then make defensive plans according to that and then slowly pull your forces back to do some attrition. And then from the village, you have some other open areas that you can kind of lock down. But yeah, that's the only really workable one here because everything else... I mean, the northernmost AO, you don't really have any open fields except one from the road, but your opponents are going to assault from the ridge. You do have some open areas from the side of the ridge, though. It's just a lot of deadwood trees that have lost all of their leaves there. So you could do that, but you do have that rock that gives a lot of good cover and control to an attacker. Plus, you have the low ground with the riverbank and not a lot of buildings overwatch it. So there's just way too many ways to be assaulted in that northern AO, so it's not really worth it. Central AO, you do have the water next to you, so it does limit the enemy's avenue of advance, and you do have some open areas on the western ridge that you can lock down, but it's...
I feel like this one
it's just a tough one.
Forces defense to not play objective. You kind of have to play in the trees.
Yeah, because if they just sit on the objective itself, they're going to die.
This is another one that would have benefited from literally just a 240 Humvee or a 50 cal Humvee that you could position somewhere. I can't. I mean, unless Blue 4 pull off an insane... This is a pretty cut and dry one for Red 4.
I mean, the only way I could see Blue 4 winning this one is if they take the southern objective. They set up a northern garrison. They set up a western garrison. They lock things down. They know they're not going to be pushed from the east or the south. So those are the 2 directions you put forces down, and then you just slowly attrition Op4 out, force them in kill zones, and then you pull back as needed. That's the only way they'd have a chance. But... the other AOs, there's just way too much either cover or terrain or something to give Op4 a chance. And this is FNF, so there's always the chance that Op4 somehow throws this, drives right into the enemy, and gets 18. I never discount that. I mean, granted, the Op4 commander would have to be Pierce for that to go from a improbable chance to a possible chance, but...
No. What you've got wrong there is any commander could do that. It's just Pierce would do it and make it work.
Or do it reliably and get himself killed. Again, he's the ultimate wild card of duality. It's either going to work or, more often than not, it is not, but it's Pierce, and that's what I love watching him for. Luxor, thanks for a 63-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the episode. Again, nice kick out of this scenario. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Pierce has been playing FNF here and there. I just don't see him on right now.
I don't know who made this one, and I mean, you can already see Blue 4 are just sending guys out.
Yep.
Yeah, Red 4 are just going to hook south.
If I was Op4, I would literally assault the southernmost objective. I would circle all the way down to Zeleniki. Use that southern hilltop and forest to then assault the southern objective because that's the most cover from it. And then I would just use the tree lines on the ridge and go south to north because that would keep me in constant cover and I could just hit all the objectives one at a time. With the number count here, I would not split my force. I would just keep everyone together, make a platoon battle line, and just dominate any resistance I ran into. You could also technically assault the southernmost objective from the western flank. It's a little more open, though, based off of the volume of white space. Then you've got, you know, Hill 50 over here to the southwest of that southern sector objective. That's all an open kill zone. You want to try to stay out of those, though, and you want to continue to give yourself room to maneuver. That's why if I was in their shoes, I'd literally maneuver to the MSR, go west to the SSR, cut through Sorika, and just follow that road all the way down. Because there's no way... Like, if you were cautious, you'd probably dismount a few hundred meters outside of Zelaziski and push in on foot that way, but it's still going to be, you know, a 50-minute round. So you can get away with just infantry sweeping south and north. But that's the only real option here, because if you assault from the west in the central objective, then you're going to have to split your force between the north and the south, and that opens up your opponent to counterattack you. Even if some of those counterattacks are shitty directions, that's still going to pull attention away and minimize your chance. This is just a really simple either attack from the north or the south and sweep. You're kind of forced to do the south because it's got better options. The north, you know, you got that airstrip, so you're kind of only funneled in one or two directions, but if you choose one of them, you are a bit at force split, but Op4, it looks like they're going to take a more direct approach.
Yeah, they're picking the middle, which, unless they continue to follow around, just go for the sector. I mean, Blue4, I think, have the best idea. They've got a strong force on the north sector, stretched out a little bit
Nordic,
just into the town, just off the airstrip. And then they have a scout force, which, I mean, isn't really a scout force. It's more of an assault squad, like, pushing out. But I just don't think it's good for defenders. I mean, if you go close to the ground to see what they're seeing, it's not like you look at all these trees, you go, oh, they've got cover. They have not.
Yeah.
These are dead trees. These are trees with leaves that are wilting or falling off, and it is so open.
It's a bit of cover, but it's not really cover. If they were the pine trees, they'd have a bit of a mix of cover and concealment that would help their movement in, but the deadwood is what you want to work with.
Which is why I think they're holding here. They're setting up on the hill so they can run back easily, either if they see them and they just want to get the idea of where they're coming from, or they actually want to stay up here and see if they can pick a few off.
What worries me about Op4's attack angle is they are literally coming in the middle. So if Blue 4 sends a second counterattack force during the assault, they could pretty much pick apart Op4's assault here.
This is quite literally the one thing they shouldn't have done as Op4, is quite literally go through the middle.
Yeah.
Because it's the most obvious thing you can do in this situation is to just go straight. And if you look at the angle, they are definitely they're angling between the middle objective and the southern objective, and to, I imagine, divide or like cut it in half. Now we obviously know that it's going to do nothing because the south sector has no one on it, and it's just going to give Blue 4 enough breathing space to like actually be able to maneuver, because all Blue 4 have to do is then just move north and reinforce the sector to the north.
Here's what's going to be the deciding factor for this match. Can Blue 4 pick off of Op4 in the open up here to thin Op4 enough before Op4 can utilize the full number of their force here to get a proper volume of fire on the Blue 4 defensive line here and force them back? Whoever can mount that one advantage that they have first will win this match. That's going to just determine it from here, because it's going to put one of the two sides in a number advantage that is just going to completely outperform the other.
It's insane. Look at Redford. They are just sending men over without actually thinking
literally
about
just
it.
The open. They're going to tidal wave this, and they're going to the southern objective first. They literally assaulted the southernmost objective on... Again, one of the better sides to do it on, don't get me wrong, but it's also the worst if Blue 4 properly defended it, but Blue 4 chose the other side of the AO to defend. So Op4 is going to get away with this. I'm assuming the Hunt IRs spotted them, because I hear another one going up.
Cheeseburger spotted them.
GL going in.
Using his bino. Oh!
That gets a kill.
That was no, that wasn't a GL.
RPG retaliation shot goes right over Gouliat's head. But yeah, that GL hit Cullis. Pretty much nailed him.
Was it a GL? That looked like
that was a GL.
Oh no. Sorry, they traded. Rizbo died.
Oh, did Rizbo get hit by a GL too? That's funny.
Well. Those two big deaths right off the bat for...
Yeah, Marksman picked Yanni off. And this is what I was worried about. There's a big lack of cover. You already have some of Op4 bypassing this firefight to go to the sector, and you got a big chunk of Op4 further back. So if Op4 can't utilize their volume of fire, Blue 4 can literally throw this entire assault in the fray. Because this was one of those big open areas I was talking about at the beginning where Blue 4 could pin Op4 down.
Yeah, this will, like, I mean, if they get split in these forests, it's not going to end well. The thing is, you want to keep your force, like, together here. I mean, Blue 4 are going to have the same problems that they don't have the best cover.
But it's easier to kill somebody that's coming up to your position, even if it's not the best position, rather than vice versa. I mean, especially considering Blue 4 have the Mark 11s, which is better than the SVD. I know you hate it when I say that, Dream. I know how much you love the SVD. And then the 249, especially if it's bipoded or rested. That weapon is just going to absolutely murk anyone that comes in. I mean, the Blue 4 weapon set's better at defense than Op4's.
Even an assault, I would rather take a 249 than a PKP.
Yes.
Just how easy it is to shoot. They've officially about to touch the southern sector. I think that will cause Blue 4 to just kind of leave.
Blue 4...
they're already doing.
Okay, no, we've already seen, though, the 4-man group that went north is now starting to swing around. We do see some of the Blue 4 garrison routing on the defensive line. I think that's a mistake. This is where the fight's going to be determined. If they route too quickly, that's going to allow Op4 to reposition and then get a really nasty ridge assault on the final objective. What needs to happen is Delta and Charlie need to hold. They need to let that Foxtrot element come in, and they need to pretty much pick off anyone that they can find to secure that number advantage early. But if Blue 4 retreat now to get into worse defensive positions, it's going to be over.
Yeah, this is literally what Red 4 should have done at the start.
Yeah.
Maybe take the same angle, but not run through the middle of the open ground.
Yeah.
Just literally just hold this ridge, and then you can go up on the open ground. And you have like a direct assault on the two objectives, which sounds bad, but because they have the numbers advantage, and I think this is just a defense or attacking path for them, rather than the one they were taking, which again was literally just out in the open, which resulted in two guys dying to pretty easy GL
Real
shots.
quick, Foxtrot's coming up to flank Op4 Delta. I think they're going to get those kills really easily, but Blue 4 Charlie's position vexes me. It is not a good spot. They need to be on a higher position of elevation. They have to have bigger avenues of fire. From there, they're just inviting Op4 to get right on top of their position from these ridges and pick them apart, especially with GLs.
I think at the moment they're thinking, we can't lose this ridge. We can't lose this ridge.
Yeah, but that's a really shitty position to defend a ridge from. Like, that's just inviting your enemy to actually take the ridge and then route you from it. I do have a single Op4 member coming up. That's Buckner. He hasn't noticed Kabubi digging this trench here, though. And Kabubi hasn't noticed because he's too far back on digging the trench.
I don't think we're going to see each other here yet. The hill's going to block and there's going to be no sound alert. Out here comes the first.
And then you got Banks flanking around. Does he have a GL? Nobody has explosives.
Okay,
yeah, that's Foxtrot and Delta fighting.
No, they're not fighting. They're shooting a Hunt
Oh, they're
IR,
shooting the Hunt IR, giving themselves away, and Skippoo's about to annihilate them.
Foxtrot, their exact position. If Skippoo's the lead here, he is. One GL, kills me. He hasn't got a GL. But Rabbit walks in, he points his shot.
Skippoo now receiving some... Nope, that's going to Rambo's position.
Sergio
More shots
down.
on the other side. Banks gets picked off.
That's an insane nade. Oh, to smoke. That one nade though. That one could take out Rambo and Skippoo. It's another smoke. Oh my god! Stop throwing smokes! The smokes are actually really good, I will admit. And
Pogrom got a really good flanking grenade to double tap Keskit there.
Touretch.
I assume Pogrom's going to double tap both of them because he has the 240, but if Op4 are very offensive there, that'll stop it. Anyway, Banks was taken out.
And
Kabubi gets sniped. Cheeseburger not noticed that he's being completely flanked here. Tries to put a close GL, but it's just short.
Here comes Skippoo running out. He's going to get the Sergio. Sergio managed to get the shots on, but can't get him.
Rambo gets the flanking hit there, yep.
That could have been really bad for Foxtrot Blue 4, but they managed to sort of bring it. They managed to bring it back there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. 3 dead for Blue 4. Where? How did
Delta
die at the start?
Delta kind of annoyed me here. They literally split themselves up. They didn't fully commit to a counterattack. Instead, they just kind of started digging a defensive position as other people went forward, and they were just completely uncoordinated and allowed for Op4 to counterattack and waste them.
annoys me as well because you know that's where they went. You literally the good.
Little bit of red on red though.
The good thing about Blue 4 here is you knew which path they were about to take. You knew exactly where they were going to come from. Why are you building defenses like they're going to come from your back out in the open? You just need to hold the ridge. Not even hold the ridge. You just need to be proactive and.
Or if you're going to separate yourselves like that, hide in the trees.
Yeah.
Literally, just prone behind a tree. You know they're coming from the south, so hide on the northern side, let them pass you, and then pop some charges or some grenades. It's not hard, but some people just don't think.
The average armor player is a T-Rex from Jurassic Park. They don't see anything if it doesn't move or if it's above them.
Unironically. Like, I wish I could say I was better, but I'm going to be honest. Every time I play a Vietnam op, I have to be reminded by gunfire or something above me. Hey, shit, there's stuff that can be in the trees. Oh, yeah. How many times have I learned that lesson in the bad way?
Fucking in your Goror
Multiple.
Op, like the amount of times you just put one guy above us and they would annihilate like 3 dudes.
Okay, so yeah, Lolo was literally hiding behind a thin-bared tree, and Harrington didn't notice. Great charge there. Lolo getting flanked by multiple shooters.
Away in time, but Buckingham might just be.
Nah, it was a charge. It doesn't have that big of a kill zone. Mike is putting some rounds out. Cheeseburger, now he's behind a tree trying to get some angles here. Most of Op4 staying in the low ground, though.
Yeah, Red 4 annoying me here because they don't actually need to go high. I mean, a couple dudes high to make sure that you don't get ridge pop is perfect, but like,
I will say though, they are doing the right strategy now of sticking to the tree line. I agree with you, but I think for the amount of units they have and how they're also separating down in the low ground too, this is the best they can do given the circumstances. But it is opening their western flank to being flanked by Blue 4 counterattacks, and that's exactly what we're seeing with these stragglers here.
This Foxtrot team, it's Wachowski, Rambo, Pig, Pogrom, and Skipu, who is, if you go look at them in most ops, they will have their gun on their back.
Cheeseburger gets gunned down by Jesse with the PKP red dot on the, it's the PKAS site.
Can't get the double tap, so Cheeseburger.
Grab gets knocked out with some of the last few shots from Pogram's magazine there, but that's going to continue to stall that Op4 line. What I'm worried about now is Op4's line breaking, where forces continue to move north while the other half stays to the southwest.
I was about to say,
yep, go ahead.
I don't think that was going to happen, but now I'm seeing that, like, I watched about, like, 6 dudes turn.
Yeah.
So you don't need to. Just get down the hill and keep moving.
Well, it's a catch-22, because if Op4 doesn't reinforce their flank, they actually risk... I did see that GL, that was pretty nice. They do risk losing that flank and then being attacked in the rear later.
Yes, he does. Wise tries the tree strap, but I think he moved at the last minute. Skip was managed to spot him. Grav is the last alive of this rear force.
But if Op4 does commit half their force, they need to stall their advance, because otherwise they're going to split themselves up, and then we're going to have drawn-out battle lines like this. It looks like Op4 just ordered their forces to rally on the middle objective. This is going to be Blue 4's best chance to actually win this fight, despite this AO being such dog shit. For them to defend, I mean. But with that, we do have Grav on the rear line. You got players like Skipu who are up 3 kills that are now going to be able to assault the rear of this Op4 element. Charlie's fucking position.
I think Blue 4 now have the player advantage. I think it's like half.
Yep. And of course, Charlie gets super lucky with this position actually being effective in this instance. Op4 are required to have a group on the western flank to try to assault it. But we have Katz, who's up 4 kills, by the way. He's getting harassed from the rear element, but he's the only hope of clearing that Blue 4 Charlie position really well, so...
Yeah, Blue 4 are actually winning. Katz actually is on 4 kills. They just had someone go down, so technically 16-16. Katz has now been spotted by 2 locations.
Yeah, he was already spotted earlier. He's trying to serpentine with weapon on his back. Might actually get away with it. RPG's just fired on the Charlie position here. We do have a casualty, and we do have a knockout. And that might actually be sufficient to rout these guys. Knockout wakes back up. I'm going to be honest, if Blue 4 was smart, they would pull that force back. They're taking too much.
Yeah, it's done now. I mean, unless they're waiting, like you said, 4 Foxtrot to now come and sandwich these guys.
I need to see Skipu use some explosive charges on this Op4 grouping up here.
He needs to use a grenade.
Bullets first. That's going to cost him his kill count. I don't know. That should have been a grenade first, unless he was out.
Oh, he gets killed there, though.
Yep, now he's going to get flanked by everything. That's Iander hitting him.
Well,
and there he goes.
completely whipped it there.
Pogrom with the 240 does get a second kill, but now he's being shot up, but Rambo's saving him.
Should have thrown a grenade. Should have done something other
Yep,
than what he did.
he had to have been out because you never want to shoot your rifles first, but as an explosive specialist, he should have had charges to throw as well.
Didn't help he missed every single shot on his first burst.
Yeah, and then we just saw Rambo get taken out there.
I think this is where Charlie needs to put their head up and start firing back.
VODS is driving in with a tractor, by the way.
Yeah,
but Op4 is separated here amongst two groups.
Tackle has the RPK. He will annihilate. Oh no, he has the engine off. Fonz jumps out, but gets immediately swept by Tackle. Fonz isn't even trying to shoot back. Tackle can get the shots off. Gets taken out there. Gets an RPG shot.
Swola fires the RPG. It hits short, and he doesn't land the kill.
And Fonz
finally gets him there. Grenade gets thrown up to the body there to double tap, but that was a bit of a weird play. But I mean, it started with Command being in a tractor, so what should we expect?
Yeah, what should we expect? That was really...
Katz gets knocked out by Grozovski's marksman rifle.
That was really stupid from Fonz. Like, you need as many men as you can get in these defenses, and moving up there to a place where there was absolutely no one is...
It's gonna work out in his favor, though, because Blue 4 has the number advantage. They did trade 1-to-1 at least, but yeah... Weird call.
If Charlie are going to move back to the position, and now you're going to have two forces. You're going to have a ridgeline force, and you're going to have a ground assault force, which is going to make this really difficult. Ooh, oh my god. What a GL. Takes out one.
Yeah, Mike, wow. That's his second kill, by the way. Another GL goes out, but it's a little long. Tries to adjust. That one hits a tree, otherwise it would have been dead on Z. And Mike gets knocked out.
Gouliat wakes back up. Very lucky for them. Mike could wake back up. He did take a lot of bullets, though.
We need to see an Op4 member get a multi-kill here, otherwise we're SOL. Pogrom gets another kill with that 240.
Grish is looking the complete wrong way. He's about to get taken out by Gates.
4 kills.
No, Gates doesn't see him. Grozovski's looking the complete wrong direction. That nade... No, that's just...
Nah, it's too low in the defilade. That's not going to do any damage to Grozovski except tip him off that stuff that's around here.
Has got to realize that there's nowhere else those nades could go.
Pogrom's getting shot by Jesse from this area here. Jesse returns fire, but gets a knockout on the last shot by either Jesse or Whiplash.
Grish needs to realize that there's no other place those nades could come from except...
Random explosive just went off by Katz. Doesn't kill him, but that was suspiciously close. But just look at how separated Op4 is because one half of the force continued up.
And then got annihilated again. I don't think he'll be waking back up from that second time. Grozovski again is not looking the correct there. Grozovski should just abandon this long open stretch and should start looking.
Two members of Echo were running up the river. One of them gets taken out by Henry. Ash is now prone, hiding behind a rock, but Op4 is too separated for this to work, in my opinion. This is GG.
Grish is going to attempt to save Pogrom. Here's those shots. Is Grish the medic? Grish isn't the medic. So.
Ash gets taken out.
Yeah, this is, so exactly what you said. The shots from behind from Foxtrot completely splintered this force.
Yep.
The ground side has now been completely wiped and is, that's another one dead. Mike has been down for a long time. It's not going to be getting back up. And now it's just this last group up here, which, again, we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen. Yep.
Grozovski gets double tapped by, or no, Gates gets double tapped by Grozovski. Francis looking over. Great grenade, but it doesn't have the arm. Though, funny enough, the grenade makes Grozovski turn around in panic. Whiplash loses his opportunity, but then France comes up and Katz as well, and they're able to deliver enfilading fire on Grozovski and take him out.
Yeah, this is the issue now. They have to fight a entrenched position.
It is a 6 versus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 6v10, and we do have a medic that could get the gates.
Yeah, but none of them are.
Op4 does not. Oh, wait, no. The medic is all the way over here. It's swollen. He's on his own, but.
This is the thing that really just pisses me off about PvP and especially FNF is like, I think they'll see him now. No. Oh. Yes, finally. A lot of the time you will see that happen where they just don't try and even go check on the guy. They will just die, and you lose a valuable man. Whether or not they'll actually be able to get him up is...
Well, their only medic is completely outside of the AO, so that's an oof. Jesse moving up to Pogrom's body, grabbing a 240, not realizing that he's still up.
And he's robbing a corpse. Shoot him, Jesse. Get your kill. Shoot him in the head.
And he walks off. But now we're just going to have a delay a game here. But again, the round is like 35 minutes, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, for today's streams, I'm not going to do the 5th OML. I have to make some dinner for my wife. But so we'll do something in a different community. And I got some history with them, which is ironic. Actually, it's funny to say. I have history with them, but I don't have history with them, if that makes sense. Like, I have history with the players, but not the community.
Oh, so you have, you history
like,
with
all the players are ex-TSB players, but they left TSB to make their own thing because TSB died. And then we'll be doing DayZ after that, but I have to make dinner because this week has been hell. I've got a slow roasted pork shoulder that's been going for the past 8 hours. So I'm going to pull it out at the 10-minute mark. That's got some onion and, oh my god, potato in there, but I'm also going to roast a butternut squash as well.
Yummy. How is Bloodwing?
She's good. We spent most of today at a specialist, and it was annoying because I knew exactly what we needed to do, but in order to get approved for an MRI, you have to basically get the approval from the doctor, and it was like an hour and 15-minute wait to then have a 5-minute consultation and then go, yeah, you need this. So now she has to get that scheduled, but it's not going to be able to be done until December. So the doctor extended the medication she's on so the symptoms can be treated. But TLDR, she has sciatica pain, which for those that aren't versed, it's a nerve pain. And yeah, she had a flare-up in, what, 23? That was just about this bad. We had to get it treated. Again, the symptoms, not the actual thing, but now she's actually taking it seriously, so that happened this week. I mean, this week has actually been a fucking train wreck and a half. Here's the list of what happened, literally day to day. Ready? Sunday, tree falls over, takes out a pole, light post, trashes it all over our small yard, and the tree thrashes the side of our house. Cool, great, whatever. Monday, I have to deal with a DDoSer. That's normal, but the DDoS vector was a very complex one through both the DNS server getting hit, and it was...
That guy was so cringe.
I don't want to like go over too many details, but it was like a whole IP spoofing 9 yards, crazy bullshit that happened. Basically, I have a feeling whoever's been like, you know, DDoSing the shit out of me, like actually got someone that knows what they're doing and probably paid out of the ass to do it. But, yeah, completely crippled the OVH server, so I'm just like, alright, cool, it is what it is. Funny, but whatever. Tuesday, have a meeting with my part-time job boss, and unfortunately, I'm working too efficiently, so I got my hours slashed. Great! Wednesday, Bloodwing collapses and ends up on the floor for half the day because sciatica pain. Yesterday, I got into a shouting match with Wolf Siege and banned him from the TeamSpeak server, temporary of course, because he decided to have a dick measuring contest with me.
Please tell them I didn't say this in debrief.
Oh my god,
Guys, like I just come out of this fucking this what it was like 3 hours.
I had fun. I know you were suffering, but
okay.
literally, Dragon runs up to me. He's like, "Can you shoot me? I just want to be over with this op." So I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." I shoot him, and then Wolf Siege takes that as an excuse to kill me when it's one life and completely kill the op mood for me. And then he goes, "I told him if he ever shoots my men, I'm gonna shoot him." And I'm like, "You literally heard him ask me to do it. Like, what? What?"
So,
and then, yes, Winter did bring up in debrief that's technically against the rules. It's like, okay, now we know. Now Dragon knows not to ask. But it's like, you don't do that, buddy. Like, I'm gonna just remove you at this point. I'm sick of him.
This is my POV of this whole situation, sort of bring this up. If you go watch my VOD and his VOD, it seems like I'm having a terrible time.
Super fun, though.
Super fun. Sometimes I was, and I think a highlight was when we were in the car and I kept telling you guys to shut up.
It was pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie.
That's what brought it back into me. And then I'm in a helicopter. I'm gone at this point. I shout at Angels like, "Man, we need to pick Liru up." And he's like, "No, we have to go." And I'm like, "Okay, give us the helicopter. We'll go back in again." Liru goes dead silent on the comms, and I'm like, "Okay, he's probably dead, or he's like dying can't do much. And then I'm chilling. We land, we get everyone in, and as I land, I hear your voice, and you do sound a bit like miffed, and I'm like, okay, something's happened. And then I learn, and I go on, and as we're in debrief, I go into like the little chat log because Wolf Siege does say in chat that he had been banned.
Yeah.
I go into the thing. The message is, Lance Corporal Liru has banned Wolf Siege for 7 hours, and then when you can put a little message, Liru just put mine's bigger, smiley face, and I almost just like started crying of laughter from that one little moment.
I have been the bigger man in so many communities over these past 10 years. I have a very long fuse, but Wolf Siege is one of those very few people where it's like, look, you're the reason Reno is gone. You're the reason so many people have left this community. I used to tolerate you because I used to be paid for my time in POG. I'm not anymore, and now I'm not even doing the pay for campaign. So I have no reason to tolerate you. So if you're going to be a little shit and actually ruin the one reason I am here, which is to play the damn op, I'm just gonna get rid of you. I don't care if you're Patch's roommate. And if there's a problem, which there wasn't, thankfully, and I had a nice chat with Patch about that because there was some other bullshit he was doing too, I'm just gonna go, hey, Ian, hey,
Boop.
yeah, you know how I paid for the server for this month? Yeah, POG doesn't have a server anymore.
Explode that, man.
It's like, all right, and you now have no server.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's like, all right, yeah.
You're a big
Please, bite my hand. Bite my hand. I dare you. I dare you, buddy. But, yeah, no, he's so lucky that Stanley was logged into admin, because I would have just logged into admin, given myself Zeus, and just tortured the shit out of him on my stream.
Why the fuck was Stanley logged in as admin?
Not Stanley, sorry, Angel.
Angel.
Sorry, Stanley's hosting tomorrow. I got him confused with Angel, who hosted yesterday. But I would have just dicked with him on stream and just turned it into content, because I'm like, I'm done. I'm done being nice. This is what happens when you push me over the edge, buddy. Don't fuck with the content.
In terms of Wolf Siege, I never really interacted with him, but I did hear that on the ground during POG it could be a wild thing. And there was one time I did have an interaction with him, and it was when we dropped the planes for a little bit.
Yep.
And I took the tank rolls, and he was bitching that I was taking the literal shit boxes that we had left.
Look, and here's the thing. He's autistic, and I get that. I give him some leniency in that regard. I give everyone leniency, but it's to a point. And literally, again, I'll reiterate what I said earlier. He's the reason Reno, of all people, left. And for the people that have watched the content and they know who Reno is, Squirrel Guy. Honestly, great guy, young guy, grew up a lot through POG over the years. He left. He has more patience than me. And he left because of that fucker. So it's like, I don't care anymore. Like, I have Arma 3 for what, one more year, and then we move on to Arma 4, quarter 3, 20, I can't say that. Never mind. My point is...
What? Anyway, moving on.
Hold on, why is Blue 4 shooting Blue 4? Thomas is shooting Ryan Chance. Amazing.
The issue is they are getting bored.
Yes.
They're getting bored. They just blew up a building for no reason. They're getting bored, and it's going to get them killed.
Unironically, that might actually allow for... Because Blue 4 also has a team tracking Op4 at the moment. This might give Op4 a window to still win. But anyway, my point is, this week has sucked. And then Friday, the bad thing was I spent my entire morning and some of my afternoon having to, sit with Bloodwing at the doctor, hear the prognosis, hear what we need to do, and then find out, okay, now we have to go do this next thing, but it might take a little while. So it's just... That's also why there hasn't really been that many ops this week. I want to get back on track next week, but, that's
why I kind of...
Painful week.
It's kind of why I scheduled mine, because I was like, damn, there is nothing this week. Maybe I can try and help out. And because it was, like, perfect timing.
I already reached out.
Are the perfect timing.
Yeah, so I've reached out to Valkyrie and Charlotte, who have done campaigns for me in the past. I'd reach out to Mac Marine as well, but I think he's busy IRL, because... no one has seen him, and I know he's in reserves, so he's been busy with military shit. But I'm probably going to step down a bit more from some Zeusing stuff and just take what I have now and probably come down from maybe like, you know, I had planned 7 to 8 ops a week. I'm gonna bring that down to 4 or 5 tops.
Yeah.
Because I want to just focus on some on the ground stuff as
bored.
well. Yeah, you can see more satchels going off because they're just bored as shit. But here's the reality of my situation right now. I still have a massive backlog I need to edit. I am now, hold up for getting shot at from the rear because they stretched out. Jesse getting engaged by 3 blue 4 players. They still can't kill him though. Grenade rolling down near Grav. Doesn't get close enough to get him. Jesse gets double tapped as he's knocked prone. Oh, was it Grav? So it just rolled back down because he threw it uphill.
Yep.
Amazing.
He throws another one, which... Oh... he ran just the wrong way.
Yep. Z's coming up though, but Grav spots him, starts firing at him with a machine gun.
Grav's got loads of nades.
Gouliat, though, is going to use that terrain to his advantage, roll it right down, but it goes past, and Grav runs the other side. He bounces an explosive char. Oh, he just killed himself. He might have, yep, because it was uphill from him, so it blows his head off. Yep. Grav had the right idea, but he forgot to realize that the terrain was completely against him there. And that leaves Op 4 to 5 people.
Yeah, okay, well, it didn't really matter that Blue 4 got bored.
Yep. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Last time this happened in 2023 with Bloodwing, I had to solely take care of the house for about a month and a half. That's going to happen again. I'm totally down for it, but it means that I have to adjust my schedule for taking care of her. So that's why, for example, I can't do the 5th tonight, and I have to then do something later because the slow cooker is going to be done at 6, which would be 30 minutes into that op. This other op I'm going to starts at 6:30 though, so that gives me time to get her dinner, get her situated, give her a nice kiss on the lips, and then, you know, come down and get ready for that one op. But there's going to be some adjustments. I've got a little less time to make operations, and I have to prioritize out of every Zeus mission I do. It's going to be the current Fallout campaign, which I need to figure out if there is a pattern tied to the DDoSing and that campaign, because if there is, I need to adjust things. It's not going to stop it from being run. It's just going to stop it from being live streamed. I can literally just record it, move everyone to a server that won't be found, and they're not going to be able to find it because they don't know which usernames to Google because it's not streamed.
You would shut, I imagine you would shutter that for players as well, so strictly recorded, no stream.
No, and then what I do to piss them off later is I'll stream it while I'm on a fake server, and then that server gets DDoSed, and that's how I get my verification about it. But it's just whenever we actually do run into a DDoSer that knows what they're doing, that's how we play the game. I mean, that's how we got Mr. Down Under when he was DDoSing me back in the day, but anyway. But everything now needs to be adjusted because, again, a lot of shit happened this week, and I just want to make sure that we can take care of things, but it is what it is.
I think you've got, like, a bunch of people now who have taken that step into Zeusing. You've got Stanley, who I don't know if he did much before.
Stanley's newer to it. I've been enjoying his thing, though. It's good fun, because, again, Arma ops don't have to be super complex. I would even argue, up to 9/10 of the reason people play Arma is the community tied to a great grenade by Snodgepair, landing that right on Whiplash. But, no, like, I wouldn't play Pog unless it was for the people in Pog that I can just meme around with. Hell, I would even play Pog just to be in Wolf Siege's squad and troll the shit out of him, and then have a way for the Zeus to give me invincibility when I break him. Whiplash explodes. Whiplash kills himself with a grenade. Okay. And then Gates is just sitting there doing Gates things.
Well, on that, my one, I think, is my campaign is almost done.
Yeah, it happens simply. I get it.
And I think the next one's gonna be really fun. More so than the last one. I think the last one was a little bit cookie crazy, but this next one is a little bit more structured.
I'll be honest though, like with Devour King's op the other weekend, I was having the time of my fucking life, bro.
Yeah, I could tell. I mean, I was flying around in circles in a gun scene, like in a war, and I was over
Gates, channel it! Channel your inner Adriano, he's up 2 kills! Channel it! He gets a 3rd kill, but he's gunned down by the 2 people that are actually shooting at him! Oh!
So hard.
He was channeling it!
And then he went for a swim. Well, Op4 completely fumbled that. So when we said at the start, if you want an easy win, vote for Op4, we
lied. We lied, because Op4 picked literally...
Fuck you and your points.
Yeah. Oof. That's all I got.
Wait, before you pay it out, someone, what was the... Oh my god, it's insane.
That is an insane ratio, yeah.
For Blue 4.
That's a 4-to-1, so... I will say there will also be mission dev tonight. I'm going to be doing some mission dev for Pay for Pain tonight. We're going to be basically making a bunch of custom units, custom comps, and custom defense lines, so... That'll be done probably 30 minutes to an hour after DayZ, because then I have to put Bloodwing to bed, and then, yeah, I'll come down and I'll chill.
I know Stanley's thing runs the exact same time as War Games.
Is War Games tomorrow?
Yeah. They're the 20th, right?
What?
Unless I'm kooky, crazy, stupid.
No, you're right. It is tomorrow. Okay, I do have that scheduled.
I don't know if I'll be good. It depends on how I feel.
I'll be commentating that.
I normally play them.
And then I'll be hosting the TOC op. I know Sunday I'll be on the ground, though. I need to adjust a few things.
Yeah, if you saw anything in my last up chat, my next one is going to be completely and wildly different. You're actually going to be an assault force this time. And it's very much going to play into the players' love of don't stop, keep going, don't stop shooting. Thank you for saying fuck you, Eurysys. Very kind of you.
Alright, there's the map.
But it's going to focus on speed and also... Because that's I think I've said this before, my whole sort of reasoning for Zeusing and these sort of wild different missions I've been doing is just to kind of hit what I see it as very much the very much like sort of different ways of Zeusing and important sections of Zeusing. So in the first one it was investigation, play with the surroundings, play with allowing players to like sort of like a very basic let players figure out for themselves. I think 2 was the defense, so pretty obvious defense. 3rd was stealth, which I'm going to be perfectly honest here, I failed with completely. I think stealth is a hard thing to do though. The last one was force split, which to some extent I think I did well, and there was other times I messed up at. 5th is going to be speed. Can I catch up? And then 6th and 6.5 is going to be well, I'm not going to say because this is good. So I do actually need to DM you about something.
Okay.
In relation to that last stop, because it's something that you might know, you might not, because basically it's just to do with like loot spawns, and I know you did for your zombie campaign. You did it yourself.
Yeah.
Did you do it yourself because you couldn't find an auto, like something to do it for you?
You can, but you're either going to make a bunch of custom arrays, because I've done it both ways. I've done it through Van Diesen's Apocalypse, which piggybacks off of Ravage, and I've made a shit ton of custom arrays off of every item, and then put them in and tested them, and then just, wash my hands clean, RNG chance if they actually get anything that's worthwhile in the op. Or I just make a bunch of empty boxes, put them in a debug corner, fill them all, and then I can control exactly where loot is and then know what the balance is when they get to certain points in the op, and that gives me more control of the AO. That is, those are your two options.
I might need your help with the first one, which I imagine is not going to be a simple task of, hey, can you help me with this? But
I can, if I find the info, I can dig up the original files or the arrays, and you can look at them and know how to write them. But in terms of actually looking at all of the items, class names and whatnot, that is you going to the arsenal, exporting, looking at the text, and then making an array file, item per item.
Yeah, I
Good
think
luck.
either way, it's going to be...
It is a massive pain in the ass.
But yeah, not to expose what the final one is. I mean, I might just do it where I hit like the big places, other places with loot to not spoil too. I don't know. I'm gonna work this out. I do have Actionette here, who's like smart and knows how to write things. So maybe I'll just do more unpaid labor, because that's what we're all about over here.
Oh, look, another person named Dream exploiting people on the internet.
Yeah, but would you rather me exploit people for their labor or the other thing that the other Dream got, caught for?
I don't even know how to answer that, because
Exactly.
Actionette would probably beat you either way, physically, with a stick.
Yeah, no, she would, but that's why she'll I don't know, she's like my vocal coach of when I say stupid shit.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, Dream here going like, yeah, I've got Molly and Actionette to mod for me. I got 2 women to do my stuff. That's great.
Exactly.
Oh, my steak is too juicy. My lobster's too buttery. Oh my god, yeah, okay.
Hey,
I see how it is.
I'm an equal opportunist.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I have male mods.
I happen to have a whole bunch of mods that happen to be male.
Exactly. It's not my fault that the women are the ones who do the most.
God. Chuckle fuck.
No, I think I unmodded Molly as a joke, so now Actionette's the only one. Oh dear.
Wait, okay, as a joke, but then what, you didn't give it back?
I forgot.
It's not a good look, because you would just go, oh, I forgot to do this, let me fix it right now, but you're not.
I'm fixing it. Hey, who said I'm not fixing it right now?
I don't know. Oh my god, yeah, and then I had a few people excited, and they were asking me, hey, Liru, are you going to get back into Darktide? There's a new class coming. And then it dropped the other day what it was, and now it's just been dead silence. And I reached out to him, I was like, hey, how do you feel about Darktide? And he's like, I fucking hate it. It's like, okay.
What was it?
They were really hyped up that it would be like some sort of like mechanical unit or like something other than what they got. Like maybe a Zeno or something, related to what the Inquisition might have. But no, it's just a gangster from like the hive that they go to. And they're just like every single one of them that talked to me about it got super disappointed about it. And then they're like, wait, they needed a week to delay a trailer about it, which in professional terms means they completely forgot to make the trailer about it, which is why it was so short and so low quality compared to the other class, which was the Arbite. So, yeah. That was kind of funny to watch. Anyway, didn't Games Workshop talk about record profits or something? Crazy, right?
Do you know what a game is? Everyone should play, and everyone in my stream is going to completely agree with this.
What?
Black Ops 7. Even the campaign. Can't even lie. I think that may have been the worst 7 hours of my life. Yep.
Black Ops 7 took 7 hours from you? Huh, crazy.
The campaign. Oh wait, I get the joke.
You can ban Dream for wherever you want, Actionette. That's fine.
Yeah,
no, you're playing Black Ops 7, not Black Ops 8. Don't confuse yourself.
Shut up. That's what I had to deal with for like 100 times last night. Fucking 2 in the morning.
That is an oof.
You were the oof.
You're welcome.
Because I had Falcon who was complaining in my ear the entire time. I had you who kept beating every single civilian you saw.
With a stick.
And
okay, in my defense, they were either resisting arrest.
Not being controlled by the Zeus.
They were resisting arrest. Or they were making sudden movements.
Twitching, because that's what happens when you RC and then go off the RC.
Sudden movements, all right? You know, they're doing that hand thing where it looks like they're pulling out a gun, but it's just a debug animation. But I don't know if that's a real gun, so I fear for my life, so I beat the shit out of them.
I pray everyone goes back and watches that VOD and see what I have to do.
Hey, you have to remember though, I did get shot by a teammate at the end of that stream, so it just goes to show you could get it from anybody.
You got shot from a teammate multiple times that stream.
Yeah, but he actually killed me, which was annoying.
Yeah, that was annoying. I didn't actually realize he double tapped you. I mag dumped you on the floor. That was cringe.
That was pretty cringe.
No, it was. Did you hear they removed the campaign completion from unlocking that endgame DMZ mode because no one's playing the campaign? Good. No one deserves that level of fucking pain. No, it was.
Well, I mean, Call of Duty is finally dead. Battlefield has completely dominated them. We are, in terms of the whole like market for video games, we're actually starting to see the death of AAA.
Yeah, the big.
Oh my God. Mainly because of all the investment that started around 2017, 2018, that got exacerbated by COVID, and that brought a lot of extra investors in because they saw how the the market for video games were booming, but that was because everyone was stuck in their homes in the lockdowns, and these investors thought that they would keep seeing those profits, and to some extent they did, because the companies did everything under their power up until the end where they just start firing a bunch of people to maintain those profits, but now they have nothing.
Yeah, no, they've all fucked up because they spent too much money on the next iterations, and Black Ops doesn't escape this, because I will say the last Black Ops I liked the campaign, I played a lot of the multiplayer, and then it got stale, as all AAA multiplayers do, and I don't care for Battle Royale. The Battlefield 6 campaign, okay, so these are the two things I like the most about each campaign.
I heard it was mid.
Black Ops 7, Goth Mommy. I will not say anything more. Battlefield 6, gun. Everything else was bad. Liru, did you know that in the Battlefield 6 campaign, the person who you thought was the good person was actually the bad person?
Whoa!
Fucking insane.
Look, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but out of every campaign I've made for Arma 3, and then when I look at a modern playthrough of any generic AAA shooter game, I'm gonna be honest, I could make something 10 times better.
Oh.
I have made something 10 times better multiple times, but I'm going to be honest, it is hard, though, to get a good player base in Arma 3 that appreciates something like that, because most of the people there are just there for, haha, shoot gun. But
me at the end of my fucking up when I was trying to set up this spooky thing and everyone drove fucking cars through the walls.
It is what it is, right?
My brain broke.
As it often does.
Liru remastering Black Ops 7 campaign confirmed. No.
What is the Black Ops 7 campaign? We can do the entire mission break. Well, okay, let's do the mission breakdown real quick. I'll literally lightning this. All right. Blue 4 are going to be... Is Blue 4 defending or attacking here? Because I want to get the sides right. They are attacking. So we'll look at the tasks from Op 4's perspective because they are still glitched out and they'll never be fixed. Op 4 is defending 2 caches and a sector. Briefing for this mission is 1,500 meters of render distance, 120 build points. Fortify color is going to be green. It's a 65-minute round. Notes, both mic teams have 1 HE rocket, and the Crow zoom is limited. Otherwise, notes, don't build on the top layer of buildings that are super tall, with the exception of 1 layer of sandbags, so people don't turtle them on objectives. Otherwise, nothing else special. Blue 4 loadouts is German Bundeswehr kits. We got G36s, G36s with 203 launchers. Mark 11 marksman rifles, AT4s for their light anti-tank, MG3s for their medium machine gun, Mini-Me's for the light machine gun, Carl Gustavs for the medium anti-tank, and then MP7s for the crew. They have an MRZR. This is usually for the Mike team, the AT team, to go around and hit stuff. LAV-25 with 25mm autocannon for hitting vehicles. An M1134, this thing has a double toe launcher. We have the M2 with the Minesweeper in the front, but this has the Crow's 50 cal system, though it's only given 200 rounds because it's OP. And then you got 3 unarmed M113s. Op4, meanwhile, for their loadouts, it's Russian Cossack kits. So it is AK-74s, GP-25 grenade launchers, RPKs for the light machine gunner, RPG-7s with 2 rounds for the light anti-tank, PKPs for the medium machine gun, SVDs for the marksman rifle, RPG-32 for the medium anti-tank, and the PP-2000s for the vehicle crew. They've got 1 Gaz, usually that is the vehicle taken by the AT crew, 1 static PKM turret, it's high, which means it's the fixed mount. It's a standing one, so you can do the full 360 on it instead of the sit-down, limited 90-degree turn radius, blah, blah, blah. We got 2 standing chord statics, which is basically a Dishka for all intents and purposes. And then 2 BMP3s with the autocannon, not the main gun, but it also has the 2 nipple turrets, which are PKTs. And you cannot tell me otherwise that it's not that. Anyway, Jesse commanding Blue 4, Bursty commanding Alpha with Tom, Snajapair, Ryan Chance, and Fast Sugar. Gazog leading Bravo with Tackleberry, Swola, Fancy Mike, Mihai, and Ash. Nemesis leading Foxtrot with Cullis, Banks, Mal, and Grav, Crest, and Kabubi. Yanni leading Mike with Iander, Nekomata, and Whiplash. Fonz, Henry, and T are taking the LAV-25, and Cats and Wise are being the golf team. Mike also has Iander gunning, aka the AT god. He is the best AT player I know. Emil, meanwhile, commanding Op4. Harrington leading Alpha with Mike, Escades, Marstic, and Franz. Sergio leading Pravit, Chorus, and Taraj. Cheeseburger leading Echo with Zixme, Lolo, Wombat, and Rizbo. Pingus leading Foxtrot with Jabby and Riverter. Skipu beating Mike's AT team lead with Rambo Bambo taking the AT gun and Pogrom taking the assistant role. So they will only have 4 AT rockets with 1 HE rocket, while the Blue 4-1 will have 6 because it's 2 per assistant and gunner. Gulf, the first BMP crew is going to be I don't know how to say it, but I'll say GG. And then Gouliat, and then the second one is Buckner and Fairchild. And then admin being admin as a civilian here. Looking at the AOs here, Blue 4 spawning on the south. We've seen this map used multiple times. It's still in development, but it looks like they have added even more to it now. This big city in the middle has had more detail added. I remember when it started, though, we didn't have the bottom right area fully rendered. Top left area is still under development, but it was a complete blank zone earlier, so it is still actively being developed. That's awesome to see. But otherwise, looking at the AO, the destroy objective, one of them is on the southern side in that yellow zone. Then we have another one on the eastern side of this town, and then the sector appears to be on the north. Big open fields and a river to potentially assault through. Op4's got a few nice positions to basically defend this area from. They just have to be careful about the river right here. So honestly, this is a bit of a tough AO for Blue 4 to assault from. The best way for them to do it would be to come all the way on the western side, literally hug the map on the westernmost side, and then assault from the northwest. That would give them buildings to work with, because everywhere else you just have these massive open fields that are going to turn into BMP kill zones. But we'll see what both sides do, because anything's possible. But that is pretty much the AO. Dream, anything for you to add?
Just remembering everything about this game has made me sad, so... no, nothing to add in terms of the actual... Seems you hit everything. Big open, gonna take a while. Fun.
All right, final consensus from someone in my chat. Very important. Battlefield 6 campaign sucks, but not as bad as Black Ops 7. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, and this isn't me digging on anything specific, but a lot of the talent from a decade ago is no longer in the gaming industry in terms of the storyboarding, and even a lot of the programmers. A lot of the storyboarding guys got ousted because that was kind of the first thing taken over by a lot of investors pushing for DEI and identity politics and filling roles and whatnot, but that kind of, how would I word it, cheapened the talent pool. And one of the easier jobs to switch out is people making creative storyboards and whatnot. And again, that is just how the industry is. And you do see that in a lot of industries, mind you, but that is why storyboarding and proper story development worsened over, I want to say, the past 7 or 8 years. To the point now, I mean, you look at Battlefield 6 and Black Ops 7, and the shit's nonsensical, let's be honest. And don't get me wrong, it is also harder to write campaigns these days and story elements, because, let's be honest, most gamers, they've had so many twists and turns that it's hard to make a convincing twist and turn for them these days because they've played other games. Like, you're never going to have a Borderlands as good as Borderlands 2 story. I've heard the recent Borderlands games actually pretty good, but let's be honest, like, nothing will ever top Handsome Jack and how they built him up. But you also have to understand, Handsome Jack is only as good as, or how would I word this? Handsome Jack ran because General Knox walked. And General Knox is a DLC from the original Borderlands game where they kind of tested that idea, and then after realizing it was a good idea based off of the player feedback, that's when they made Handsome Jack. But even then, there's so many things that have been done in video games and storyboarding that it is incredibly difficult to come up with something new that feels fresh. And even if you do come up with something that's amazing, that, you know, properly keeps a majority of people stimulated, you're still going to get backlash from a bunch of random people on some random social media account. They're going to roast it for everything because it didn't align with their worldview or their political stance or whatnot, even if that has nothing to do with anything. So there is no pleasing anyone like you could forever, you know, a decade ago, but that's also because the industry has completely changed. So you do what you can at that point. Oh, yeah, and then game optimization is also completely dead. But I don't put that completely on the game devs. A lot of stuff with Unreal 5 is also super fucking unoptimized, but I mean, why would Epic change it, because they're already making a fuck ton of money off of that, so why fix something that's making a shit ton of money? There's no incentive.
I think they like Epic, they obviously they have Unreal 5 and they were like, this is the next best thing. Everyone tried to kind of push it, and you're right, it's making them a fuck ton of money, so why put more resources into fixing it at the moment?
Yep.
And so many devs bought into it and grabbed it, and it's also making them a shit ton of money, so they also don't really care about fixing it.
You also have to remember, right now, the video game industry is heavily dependent on investors and basically funding shareholders. So again, all of the original people from the 90s to the mid-2010s all got phased out, either because they were sick of that type of behavior that was happening. Again, that started around 2018 is when it got, I would say, started to get noticeable. I'd argue it started as early as 2015, 2016, but all of those people that had all that knowledge either got phased out because they hated where it was going, or they got phased out because they were being paid too much and got to make money for shareholders and the CEOs that get installed. So again, that's why I never want to see a Fallout New Vegas 2. Because Obsidian is a shell of what it was, because all of that original talent does not work at Obsidian anymore. I wouldn't mind seeing a remaster. I wouldn't mind seeing those original devs come back on as contractors to actually finish what New Vegas should have been, which is also funny. New Vegas had like a year and a half of its dev time shaved off because Bethesda played an early alpha and went, shit, this is already better. We are cutting down the contract time. And they're like, what? So a lot of New Vegas's features got ripped out of it because Bethesda wanted money quicker. And it was a shit show at launch because Bethesda fucked them. But, yeah.
Which game was this?
Fallout New Vegas.
Oh yeah, I remember Fallout New Vegas. I remember being told Fallout New Vegas was the worst Fallout game when it launched.
Yes, because it was. Because it was an unfinished mess. Because fucking Bethesda fucked them over. And then after, 2 years, all the DLCs came out and they were able to optimize everything, it became the best.
Yeah.
And no one can tell me otherwise. If you like, the only other Fallout games I could hear people tell me are better is Fallout 1 or 2 because it's a completely different style. But in terms of every Fallout game that has come out, New Vegas is peak. And if you have a different opinion, I'm sorry, ding dong, your opinion is wrong.
Okay, well, in my fresh opinion as a child who played Fallout 3 a long time ago, and it's the latest one I've played, and I haven't played New Vegas for a while, yes, I know, string me up, sue me, kill me. Fallout 3, literally in that whole
anyone can go into my DMs and debate me about that, by the way, for Fallout.
I prefer it
I'm just
to
saying.
New Vegas, but I imagine if I went into New Vegas with non-child eyes, I would probably enjoy the nuances a bit more.
And I want to also clarify something. I'm not talking about modding. by the way. I am talking like a game 1-to-1, because you can mod Fallout 3 and make it amazing. You can mod... that's why Fallout New Vegas is really good, because they took a lot of popular mods from Fallout 3 and they just made them base features in New Vegas. That's kind of what Arma 2 did for Arma 3, and that's what Arma 3 is doing to Arma 4 right now. That's why they released Reforger, so they could get all the modders to start working on it and get a bunch of free work out of them, or poach a few of them like they did to Deadman Miller, and then put all those features in Arma 4. And that's how you should do it, in my opinion. But there is never going to be another game like New Vegas. Simply because there is no studio out there at the current moment that has the resources to make something truly open-ended like what New Vegas did. And I think the only thing that comes close from a storyboarding perspective on giving you total roleplay open-world freedom would be Baldur's Gate.
I love Baldur's Gate.
That's the only one that comes close. But in Baldur's Gate, you still technically cannot do everything that you could ever want to do in the same way that New Vegas did. That's just my opinion on game mechanics. Both are really good games. Both are easily 9 or 10 out of 10s. But that is what it is. And at that point, though, the only difference in opinion I would say is mechanics. Like, do you like the D&D style of it? Cool, go play Baldur's Gate. Do you like the open world shooter with the VATS and plenty of options? Go play New Vegas. Granted, New Vegas has its complaints. It's very, very easy to become super overpowered in New Vegas. But again, it is a role-playing game. Play a role, and you can do whatever the fuck you want because you're making your own fun. It's kind of like Arma 3, where, again, I said this earlier, the fun isn't what you're playing. The fun is you playing with a bunch of people to give yourself a good time, you know? It is what it is. You're amusing yourself. Simple as.
But that's where you're wrong, Liru. Nowadays, if you want to enjoy something, everyone else has to enjoy it as well. Otherwise, you are wrong and stupid and bad.
I really don't give a shit what Twitter thinks about me or my opinions, because I don't give a shit about theirs, so...
No, you
Fuck
must
that.
listen to them. They're always right. You must.
I'm a libertarian,
kidding.
broski. They can do whatever they want, I can do whatever I want, as long as it doesn't infringe on each other. That's all there is to it. Live your life. Enjoy whatever bubble you make. Because we're all going to go into some sort of dystopian hell in 20 to 30 years. We're already there!
We're already there, I know.
Oh my goodness! I could go on a rant about it.
I mean, we started this whole conversation with tell me what the campaign for Black Ops 7 was like, and then...
And we haven't even heard about what it is yet, but it's so dog Look, the only good thing I heard you say out of it was Goth Mommy.
Goth Mommy.
Do you have any idea what the degenerate market on Steam alone is like? I mean, do you have any idea how crazy sales went when they started doing adult games? And then, what, a credit card company, I think it was MasterCard, tried to block it, and everyone said no? And actually, bent them to their knees, made them get a little too horny there.
Initially, it worked really well.
Yes.
Everyone started following, but then Steam lost a lot of income, and then a lot of these other places. Okay, so here's a fun one I know. Itch.io. I used to download games off it, like Itch.io and all that stuff, and of course there is a degenerate side of Itch.io. There's a degenerate side of everything, but Itch.io in specific is pretty much how most like NSFW developers start their stuff.
Yeah, right, Bastille.
Because it's such a free range way to like put something out there and then, you know, get people interested, stuff like that. Itch.io was one of these sites
I believe
that
it's
were forced to block out all of the NSFW. So there was a day, if you search it up, you might be able to find it. And NSFW games got completely killed on Itch.io. And I think it genuinely probably took a good like 30 to 50% of their actual game library off of it.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, the fall! Like they, as far as I know, they're back. Because you know, the fallout died out. But I think if you're just like a casual gamer who plays the normal stuff, you don't quite realize how big that market actually is and how much money that makes.
Mm-hmm.
because you're told it's like, oh, don't go near those games. They're they're bad. But gaming is like, I think genuinely, and while you can go check my Steam page, don't have Honey Pop or I don't know any more NSFW games on Steam, but I like the amount of money like each of these places make, like these game bases make, so like Steam, Itch.io, stuff like that, is insane.
Look,
like the sheer amount of money.
All I want to add, though, is if you look at statistics for gaming platforms, Steam is not the biggest one.
No,
it's a different one, and it's purely NSFW.
Yeah, obviously. I think I know what you're talking about.
There will always... Yeah, it's a... I think they're in Canada? I'm not going to say the name. It begins with an N. You know it if you know it.
Yeah.
But
know it.
There is a massive market for it. Whether or not credit card companies want to get on board, which I think they're really, really dumb if they don't, but it's because they have moral compasses or branding or blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Money is money. Follow the fucking money. Anyway, Mike Team's coming close to a BMP, but continue.
Oh, no. I think if Steam made it, possible to block out, because I think one of the biggest, stoppers for buying NSFW games on Steam is shame. Because of how public your game library is. If Steam made it possible to completely block that out in an easy way.
Real quick, Eander's going to do a 240-meter shot, a little bit of elevation difference. Nails it through the tree line.
It survives, but it's tracked. Yeah, it's tracked. Oh, no, it's not. Well, what the there it is. They didn't even...
Gotta remember, the BMP3s, they have a bit of a delayed cook-off on a direct hit.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, they're gone. Yes, Falcon, I know you can mark a game as private, but they don't make it obvious. If you added a button in the store page, which is, don't tell people I've bought this game or have played this game, I think the market would be bigger, and that's why you can find, again, the website that Liru hinted to.
Real quick side note, Seeker, I see you in chat. What are the odds? What are the odds for a market where we develop an app that uses AI, and it's a goth dommy mommy or something that bullies people into actually doing their stuff every day, like their daily tasks, like brushing their teeth, taking a shower, listening to them, and rewards them for completing tasks on their day-to-day, and we find a way to put microtransactions in it.
Okay.
You want one? Not for myself. I already have it. It's upstairs napping right now. But I'm talking we monopolize the weeps.
Yeah, okay, so, well, okay. The weeps have already
Hey,
been
Bartholomew, how you doing?
Let's be perfectly honest.
Yeah, but you can always put in another app. It's a blue ocean concept. You will always find a market for shit like that.
The thing is that's already the basis of the structure of that app is already there. It's literally just it goes to show, and you're right about this.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone likes to be told they've done a good job for something. Everyone does. Everyone gets that little feeling in their spine when someone says, "Well done."
Positive reinforcement.
Job. And now, if you link this directly into something someone really likes,
yep,
like goth dommy mommy. You don't even have to make it goth. You can make it so many different things.
You can customize it. That's where the money would come from.
It's an AI. It's a customizable thing. You already have chatbots, and you already have these self-help apps. Combine them together. What do you have? A lot of money. Yes, I know you can hide it before hitting buttons. Falcon, I'm not telling you... I'm not telling you you're wrong, Falcon. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just telling you it just needs to be something on when you buy the game, and then Steam then becomes a bigger market for it. This is not an argument. This is
Bartholomew,
not
we're talking about AI
because
we're waiting for stuff to happen in this round.
Falcon, to the person who just wants to beat off, at their fucking...
Dream's going on a rant here.
Maybe it is.
Are you good, Dream? And yeah, I mean, if you compare AI videos from 2 years ago compared to now, it's in 2 years, it's going to be incredibly difficult to tell the difference. Let's be honest.
Falcon,
I hate AI too. I hate what it's going to do to our society. The writing was on the wall when it started being able to do images. And that's how we knew AI wasn't going to focus on, excuse me, making it easier for the average day. AI was going to just replace art, and everything else would then follow. So, might as well monetize it while you can, right?
How legal is it to hurl insults at a 16-year-old?
In my country, perfectly fine. In your country, you're in Britain. Are they what's their ethnic minority?
Canada and white.
Oh, then you're fine. As long as they're white, you can hurl whatever you want. And I wish I was joking.
And they're Canadian, so there's no moral compass here.
Yeah, no, you're fine. God, I wish I was joking about that.
Look, you're explaining to me there is a tick. You are correct. There is a drop down.
Yeah,
when you click on For My Account, you can make For My Account private. But you don't understand how many people don't click that because it's behind a drop down. What I'm talking about, do you know how easy it is to make something better by adding a checkbox? Everyone loves checkboxes. Just make it a thing that says private. Stop saying fuck you
okay,
every time
if you really want to like delve into the human psyche, people on average really do like interacting with things. Even if there is no actual interaction, anything that gives off the illusion of interaction, people go nuts over.
Yeah, but I think that's different from when you're actively buying something, because the inherent interaction of that thing is the buying, not the clicking around to find the things that make buying the thing slightly, more hidden or stuff like that. So I think if you're talking about for like a UI, yeah, making it more customizable or interactable.
Well, you can tie something like that into microtransactions, and it's really easy to slip out like 50 cents to $1 out of people here and there, because they can easily justify that. And if you have, a user base in the thousands, then you're able to basically make money every day off of stuff like that, especially if it's interactive.
Yeah, like just adding a 50 cent for like a quality of life thing, everyone goes, oh, that makes my life a little easier, and it's only 50p. Now times that one person by 1,000, that's math that I can't quite do off the top of my head.
It's okay, buddy. The point is, it makes money. Not a lot of money, mind you. You gotta get a bigger user base for that, but just get as much as you need. Anyway, LAV-25 just fired a round off of Sergio's bow here because he made a little sandbag for it. It's actually lagging my interface. No, he actually killed somebody.
Oh, shit.
Wait, no. There's a body up there, but there's no disconnect. That's a little weird.
Someone asked me, are we finally going to see this game or an NSFW podcast? We've seen one thing actually happened. If you want me to just follow a single guy...
Blue 4 is German Bundeswehr, so German army. Op 4 are Russian Ratnik,
that's
so
we fill in the dead air.
light infantry.
And then the interesting thing happens.
From
and then we can talk
Russia.
about the thing. Stop complaining about me that nothing's happening on screen. I cannot make them fight.
Nah, Seeker, don't go after my job. We gotta monetize other things first.
But there is a lot of shooting going on over here.
Yep, World War III is similar. It's, so the LAV's suppressing, and then Blue 4 Mike just made Op 4 Mike retreat. I don't know. I'm also looking into doing something new with some investment money or something else for my time. That's why I have the new part-time job. But I'm willing to throw my moral compass out the window, because there are a few things I used to do that I will never be able to speak about on Twitch, but they were pretty funny. Though, Twitch is also a messed up place now, because you're not allowed to promote gambling on Twitch, yet Twitch is now going to promote cryptocurrency gambling. But we still, as streamers, can't promote first it was the dog shocking, and then I can shock Dream now, and it's fine. But now you can see promotion of gambling, but as long as Twitch is doing it, but I can't promote you to gamble. It's so asinine backwards right now with the moral compasses across everything. So it's like, I'm just going to start being a scumbag again.
It's running the market.
Yep.
Which I like to do. Anyway, Mikkels is either about to die or...
Stock trading is technically not gambling, even though it absolutely is gambling. If you're doing like short-term capital gains bullshit and whatnot.
Mikkels is about to die.
Yeah.
No, the old man's stupid.
Don't call. The old man's dead,
Oh.
but looks like
Sorry,
they're gonna
Nichols.
grenade trade.
Oh, perfect.
That was honestly a perfect grenade trade right there. Goddamn. Yeah, don't even talk about what TwitchCon did recently, but on our now I don't have an excuse not to stream on Kick though, because I was originally not streaming on Kick because I had the moral justification of, well, I don't want to promote gambling. Now both sites are doing it, so now I'm actually gonna look into it by the end of the year and potentially start streaming on Kick as well, just because I can. Also, it'll connect me to a few people that are streaming on Kick that I do want to keep supporting, like Peeps and whatnot. U.S. rolled out a new class of submarine? Sounds nice. Bates gets knocked out by Malin.
Like, I was going to say a loyal community. They ain't loyal. They hate me. They watch to cause me pain. But I mean, I thought about it. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just do Kick. But I also just don't like the people on the website. I think you said you have a reason. You have people who you genuinely want to support on there. I don't. So I have no, like, second reason beyond just a second site to stream on.
Ark, that is where I draw a very hard line. Just gonna say don't. The Columbus class. Alright, so we got Blue 4 moving one squad up. Blue 4 is so separated right now, though. Op 4, if they weren't so separated out, which I kind of get why they did it, but this is allowing for one squad to just kind of go into the line here. Well, this is just going to be a bit of a stretched out game. We do have the BMP-3 looking in that direction as well, and now starting to fire. It's trying to engage Banks. Shots don't seem to be incredibly accurate here. Just heard an RPG launch. It was firing at the LAV for Blue 4, but it was short. It's still only Nemesis down, but he was the squad leader, so the squad is a bit uncoordinated for the rest of the group. But at the same time, looking at it from a macro perspective, I mean, the entirety of Blue 4's assault is completely uncoordinated. So this is just going to be Blue 4 sending squads in one at a time, and Op 4 is so stretched out, giggity, that it's not going to give either side any tactical advantage. It's just going to be whichever squad outperforms the other in one-on-one fights here. Bobby 4. God, I miss Bobby. That man was nuts. You know, there's been a lot of crazy things that have happened in Arma. Dream, do you remember Bobby the gamer?
Oh, fuck.
God, I loved that man. Unironically.
Every time I play with that man, it
such
is
a treat.
The scariest experience of my life.
He was the equivalent of the fucking Wabberjack from Skyrim. Like, you do not know what he would do in an op.
What is he going to say? What is he going to do? Krestic just got absolutely fucking nailed by GL.
Malin got nailed by a GL there. That was pretty amazing.
Lolo's nailing us. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I saw him a few weeks ago.
I've seen him in a few different ops. He jumps around places.
But I think he means well. Like, I genuinely think I mean, not I think. I know he's a really nice
Seeker.
guy. He means well.
Yes, and there is a pay-for-pay menu for tomorrow. I'll shoot it to you tonight because I'm deving stuff. We got delayed because of a bunch of IRL shit. I'll DM you about it later.
Something will go horrifically wrong or horrifically right because he's there.
But there will be some custom comps that will be working.
Didn't you make him like a drug mule for like the first few weeks he was there?
Yeah, as a joke for ops, but it was also really funny how that all played out. All right, I'll take a note of that, Seeker. Thank you.
Apparently he was at the Devourer King up. The Vietnam one. I didn't see him.
Yeah, I did see him there.
I was in a helicopter for the majority of the time.
Here's an older name. And I'm completely blanking on it. What was the name of that really autistic guy that played in TSB? I know how much that narrows it down, right? Yeah.
Okay, TSB narrows it down a little bit more. I imagine. I mean, then again,
I just had it in my head and I've completely lost it. But he's the guy that literally left an op while he was squad leading, and he went and saw a movie, and then came back.
Goated.
Huh?
That's goated.
He would do really dumb shit like that, but he was also malicious here and there, and I'm completely blanking on his name.
Someone put autistic guy and then just immediately put dream.
Yeah.
No, I was not in TSB. It's one of the sort of things, like, you hear a lot about TSB.
All right, other Blue 4 group coming in from the opposite side. 2 Op 4 running around here. I want to see if they notice, but continue.
I only know about TSB from the stories. I wasn't involved in TSB, like I wasn't in the ops or anything like that. The only one that is a recognizable name that I was actively a part of, well, I wouldn't even say actively at that point, was TMTM. Why were you saying I was in CBT?
TMTM's a great place. I haven't seen it in a while, though, because my schedule just hasn't lined up with theirs. Huh?
No, okay, that's slightly light. There are like branch things died off. I know they do a couple things here and there, but they no longer do their like weekly ops.
Ah, gotcha.
Unless someone's got something to run.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they were fun. It's just unfortunate that all of their ops took place at fucking 3 in the morning for me.
Yep. You're seeing that across a lot of Arma places. I'm literally watching all of my old stomping grounds kind of dry up. It's all gonna come back when Arma 4 starts rolling around, but like now it's the try spell essentially.
Oh yeah, I mean, I said it before about something different, but it's the exact same thing Arma 2 went through.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's like, oh my god, no one's gonna come back in Arma 3.
LAV just jumped the BMP3 and took it out, by the way, so now Op 4 has no armor support.
Oh, lovely. But yeah, everyone was saying in Arma 2 was, oh my god, Arma 3 is going to be the end because all these communities are leaving.
TSB died a while ago.
And even, yeah,
I'm going to say at least a year ago?
End of some communities, like new ones will pop up.
Yeah, always.
Like you will have people, I mean, you literally said it earlier, you'll have people from TSB, you might even have some people from your community. It's like they will go and make new ones.
Yep.
And then they will grow, and then they will die. And then others will sprout from that. It is a cycle. It will never end.
Yep.
As long as you have people modding and making shit for the game, it will never end.
You know, it's going to be nice, though. I get to go back to that Terminator community this Sunday because I don't have my first D&D session, so... I'm going to probably ask their Zeus a few questions, though, to see if I can politely offer some operational advice. But yeah, there's a Terminator mod in development right now, and it's actually having a lot of work added to it. So yes, and TBW fun fact is where I'm going to be playing tonight, which is why I said earlier I'm going to be playing in a community that I've never played before, but I have history with.
Life is pain.
God, yeah, don't remind me about weapons.
Round 2s are always a fucking issue for me in this in FNF.
Round 2 more often than not, we usually end up talking about other stuff because it gets like either it's completely uncoordinated or one side just completely raffle stomps the other. There's not a lot to go with here.
Is that round 1? Yeah, super serious. We're on our game. Round 2. Hey, what about the whole, like, you know, infrastructure of Steam's NSFW sales and also Goth Mommy AI self-help apps? The LAV is about to get absolutely whacked, driving directly towards Mike team.
Yeah, they panic and pop the smoke, thinking that might be an enemy vehicle. That's cute.
Oh, dear. Oh, no, the LAV turned at the last minute. Are they actually going to be able to get a shot? You've got Rambo Bambo with the...
yeah, JY, don't remind me.
As the LAV just shown itself. No, trees in the way. I do think the LAV is not long for this world, though. Oh, and it's gone... oh, no, engine for the LAV is in the back, isn't it? Someone just tried to fire an RPG.
No, LAV engine's front because in the back is the...
Yeah, the
crew compartment. Though the 1134 did notice them, so Grav just got told, so now Grav is shooting at that team.
Yeah, I think the LAV's just been told about that because it looks like it's about to turn tail and run.
Now the 1134 is using the turned out 240 Skipu gets double tapped. Now you got the 3 people out here pinned. Blue 4, though, does not have the infantry manpower to take the AOs, from what I can see.
For everyone wondering what actually happened, why are you... Oh, they're firing at the toe.
And they hit it!
Wow. And Rambo's about to die because of that. And they shoot it again. He shoots over because he was getting shot at. Oh, if he moved...
Tries to hit it. That was a nice call, though.
Rambo goes down. Yeah, if you're wondering what has happened this game, Blue 4 split their forces up. Wait, we've seen it a million times.
Literally did a complete encirclement of the AO and then sent the groups in one at a time, and they got piecemealed. Op 4 was also doing the same, but they had a tighter perimeter, so they were able to more piecemeal the attackers, and now it's just utter chaos.
Well, Red 4 now have the buildings to their advantage. I mean, then again, it is sort of equal, but it's just Blue 4 have no cohesion and no one to actually, I mean... Go look at Blue 4. You have Ryan.
By the way, this is Big Might. This is Whispers of the Grapevine, but what's being talked about in closed doors right now is I might do commentary for Black Ops 6 not Black Ops 6, Battlefield 6 Milsim stuff in a month or two.
I saw that guy chatting in your thing. For Red
Not confirmed,
right?
but it might be a thing.
Oh, Lolo's about to kill Bursty. Red Sec, yeah. I saw that in your chat. That's pretty cool.
We'll see what happens.
I didn't know you could do. Again, I know it's not confirmed, but I didn't know you could do like free
Nice
camp.
page for running. Usually they have some sort of modding platform that can do it, but we'll figure it out. Again, big if. Because I've had plenty of people reach out to me and then things fall apart because either there's a scheduling conflict or things get canceled and it doesn't happen. But I would be more than down to try something different at this rate.
Does Striker have bunker busters? Likely no. FNF are very careful on how much HE they put in.
Yeah, it's only anti-tank, but you still can kill infantry with it, but it's not an HE round that's going to blow an entire area because FNF is very strict about that.
Yeah, especially because you have people like Eander, and if you give him a HE round, he will probably...
If you give him normal rounds, he'll still kill infantry with it. It's funny as hell to watch.
But if you give him a HE round... oh dear.
Well, so both Mike teams do have a single HE round.
Yeah, that's the only sort of difference you find, is both teams will have a single HE round, and it's mainly used for, like, building clearance most of the time you see. Just fires at the building.
I think he was trying to hit Foxtrot in their jabby because that's the only thing that makes sense, unless he missed, but what would he have been aiming at? Landed too high on the building to be different.
He's dead now.
I don't know, you got Pogrom pulling a big chunk of Blue 4 away, but Op 4's numbers just folded, so...
Yeah, Krustik's just firing. I think they have enough to... LAV 25s here, that'll do some damage. I mean, the buildings.
You did. Was it Patriot with the GL? It had to have been.
We just said FNF is very strict on what they give HE. They're not giving the LAV HE. You can still kill infantry, of course, because, you know, an AP round is gonna hurt, but no.
Sector being taken, but all 3 Blue 4 have to stay in the zone. It's 2 Op 4 defending. You do have Wombat just chilling in a bush over here. Infantry are even passing him.
I'm just gonna sit and they're gonna wait. They're gonna, I think they'll allow most objectives to be taken, and then they'll consolidate on what, or you'd hope.
Yeah.
But I think the Scepter is the one they should consolidate on, because it's the one they can protect the easiest. The other two, I'm surprised the LAV hasn't just ridden up.
Franz gets 1 kill, and then his grenade knocks out the second. That's going to lower that timer and give it back to Op 4. Other Op 4 starting to consolidate back on this position. Wombat turns around, kills Iander as he is left alone. That causes Whiplash and Nekomata to potentially turn around and look for that shooter. They're potentially going to catch Wombat in the open. Wombat has explosives, though. That's why he's doing this.
Oh no, Wombat's been spotted.
Yep.
they gonna pull out? They just need to get on radio and scream to the...
France gets killed by the LAV-25.
LAV's about to annihilate this man. No, it's not. But I think it is about to start running. He needs to prime it and then just run at it and then sacrifice himself at the race. Yeah, it's not going to do anything to it on that. You're actually going to kill yourself with it. Yep.
Amazing. That's the second person I've seen kill themselves tonight with their own explosives.
And Pons gets out and throws a grenade.
Yes, because the grenade... No offense to Fonz, I like the enthusiasm, but I don't think the grenade's going to do as much as the explosive satchel. You know, I call it a difference of opinion. I'm just saying, it's little, yeah, overkill. Top 4's down to 5 people, by the way. Blue 4 have at least double to triple that. Op 4 now down to 4 people. I do like how Patriot has not only stolen a noob tube rifle from a dead Op 4, but is also taken their bunker.
You know what?
Op 4 down to 3.
That's really funny.
What?
I was just on my phone on Discord because I was looking at your ping about Stanley's Op. Guess who's just signed up for Stanley's Op?
Bobby?
Mac Marine.
Hey, he's back.
He's returned.
Crow system finds one guy, blows him away. Nakamata doing some panic fire retaliation. River trying to crawl up here. 2 Op 4 remain. Sector about to be taken. 1 cache destroyed by Jesse. Now we just need to see Gazog or Fancy go into the other area, find the cache, and blow it up. Terex is trying to shoot at Nekomata here. Misses the shots. Patriot might have heard the gunfire. He's trying to get into a building where he can get an angle on the shooter, but he's not going to be able to get it from the opposite building. And you got Jesse now going into the other yellow zone. He's checking the buildings, looking for the other cache. Mission will end in 30 seconds. Anyway, we will be back in about an hour and a half. I'll be playing it up in TBW. I just have to get dinner set. That's why I can't be free in 30 to do the 5th OML op. But nonetheless, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. This was Jesse's cue to check this building. Jesse!
Nope, you're stuck here forever. Yeah, you're stuck here forever. Just me and you, Liru. Me and you in the car.
Oh, I accidentally tapped it out. Whoops.
Fuck, they found it.
Why are they grenading it? Just grenades do nothing. He even hurt himself with it. The autocannons decided to fire at it. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Thank you, Jesse. Cheers, and have a good one.